Well, as you might imagine, co-authoring a book is both a blessing and a curse in some respects. When I look back at the finished result, one of the things that became very apparent, I think, is that the book would have not been nearly as rich and insightful if either one of us or the other had written it. Pat Durbin, my co-author, is the founder and the CEO of PlanView, and he came at the book very much from a senior executive's perspective. I brought to the table a lot of more practitioner-based perspective in terms of now that we've talked about the concepts, we've got to put it into actual practice as well. So in that respect, working with the co-author was, I think, the right thing to do for the book in order to achieve the results that we were seeking to have come out as the finished product. One of the aspects of writing with a co-author is you cannot over-communicate. Certainly, we both had our own perspectives that we brought to the table in terms of what we thought we were doing with the book and trying to achieve. Certainly, we had to work through that and get of like mind in terms of what we were working together to come up with a single end result. Another interesting challenge was the fact that Pat and I both have very different writing styles. And to that end, using a content editor that actually got in there and was very instrumental, I think, in helping ultimately the finished product to sound like a single voice. Despite our differences in writing styles and our approaches to how we wrote. Division of responsibilities in the book was relatively easy for us. Pat, if you look at the book, it's the first half of the book, Taming Changes, really focuses in primarily on some concepts and the business drivers for why you would want to take the approaches that we're talking about. And Pat primarily wrote a lot of the earlier chapters. The second half of the book is really more practice-based, and I was the primary writer for a lot of that. Having said that, the way that we work together is one would be designated a primary author for a given chapter, and as soon as they got to the point where they had a finished draft, we would pass it to the other person. The other person would then take an edit pass, talk with the primary writer on what opportunities they saw, what they liked, what they thought could be different, where to edit was a big part of it. One of the things that I would go back in time and maybe adjust a little bit is the fact that we would have talked a lot more up front in terms of what were the specific goals and objectives and what were we trying to achieve with the book and how we were going to go about doing that. We actually got into a little bit of a midlife crisis about halfway through the writing of the book, where we both had to kind of step back and have that conversation again. And even though we undoubtedly thought we were on the same page early on, as the effort progressed, we came to realize that that was something that still needed to be adjusted as the book matured, and we started to really see it more as not a concept, but a tangible product that we were working on. So definitely got to keep that communication rolling very closely together.